Today we are going to talk about zip ties, rivets, grommets, and eyelets. And we have all the tools that we need here and a variety of materials on this side. There are other materials, additional materials that you can use all of these attachment mechanisms with. This is just an example set. So first we're going to talk about rivets. So here's the rivet. We have numerous sizes of rivets in the tool closet and also different materials between aluminum and steel. The aluminum is a little bit softer. You can use these in combination with a backup plate, which is like a washer, and it can give you a little bit more attachment strength, which I'll show you. And this right here is our riveter. And so you just open it like that, it comes open. On the back here, there are a number of tips here, and you can see that they have different diameters. And that is to correspond to the actual rivet. And those go on the tip here, right there. To do a rivet, you have to drill a hole, and you have to have a drill with a drill bit. I'm going to be going into this tube here that has many rivets already into it. And the nice thing about rivets and using a riveter is that you don't need access to both sides. So if I was trying to attach something to this tube, I would not need to have my arm in here or my hand in here or have somebody hold something. I'm just going to drill a hole. There. For this one, I am going to use a backing plate, just like that. Put my riveter on. And then I'm going to just tighten firmly down here. Oh, there we go. Bam. And you need to remove that piece right there. But what that has done, it is clamped to the cardboard from one side of the cardboard to the other. You can see inside there what it looks like from the interior of the rivets. You know, I could put paper or cardboard or a very thin wood or plastic or other materials, paper materials, right there, and I could rivet that material to this type of cardboard or stiff board like that. If you do need to change the size of your tip for the rivet, you're going to unscrew on the back here. Just like that, it comes off. That's where they're held. And we can untwist this one. Please do not misplace these. And then while I'm squeezing this, and I just twist that on right there, and I'm ready to go. So if you need to change the size of that, very easy to do. It's on the tool itself. Now we are going to talk about grommets, eyelets, and zip ties. And I have a few materials here. We have some fabric, we have some paper. In this case, it's a C-type photograph. And then I also have some plastic here. So some variety of thicknesses of plastics that have been laminated together. And so the grommets are these larger ones, and usually in two pieces. The eyelets are smaller and in a single piece. And you'd use these to reinforce a hole. You could put a zip tie through these things. You could also just use this to hang like off of a nail or a screw on a wall. Right here, this is our tool for the grommets. It's got two sides, one relatively flat side and another side that has a plunger on it, call that. And what that's gonna do is we take our two sides of the grommet. You can see they're different. One is completely flat, one is raised. And the plunger on the grommet tool is going to push this ring down and out, and that's what actually forms the clamp. Put that right there. And put that down and on top. Through there. And then I'm gonna grip really hard, and it's gonna pierce right. You can see it on these, on this one right here, on the back side. The next thing we're gonna do is an eyelet, which is similar to a grommet, much smaller, and it's only one-sided. So this is the eyelet tool. It's a little bit different. And again, you've got more of a flat side here and a plunger shape at the top. And you want your eyelet to lie just like that on your tool, and you pull down like that with the plunger going down. So going into this material right here, and then grip as tight as you can all the way through, and it goes through just like that. So that punched through the plastic right there, I can just pull out that little piece of plastic. It'll do the same thing on paper as well. But that's a really great reinforcement if you need to put string or rope or something, like a thin rope or something, or a wire through. This is our zip tie, and the zip ties, these can be used together. You can attach zip ties to each other. But to show you how much stronger this grommet reinforces here, we can put a zip tie through there. I can take another material like this fabric that I've already put a grommet on, and just put the zip tie in like that. Those materials are attached, and you can see that the fabric and the plastic is not tearing, so it has strengthened that hole. And you can tug and pull a lot more. You can put a lot more pressure on a hole with a grommet on it than without.